So was there just a day where you woke up and you said, you know what, I'm going to do my passion full time. I'm not going to be doing this 9 to 5 job that I don't even like.
That's exactly what happened, man.
Just one day?
One day. So it was a day, I went on a trip to New Orleans with my brother, right? On the day that I got back, it was like a middle of the week, like Wednesday or something. I had 2 remaining PTO days left, right? 2 left. And I was like, I'm going to take the rest of the week off. And it was the Friday where I was like, matter of fact, I'm going to quit. I'm going to get out of here. So Friday morning, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna quit this job for sure. I just walk in. I walk in, right, with my backpack, ready to carry all my shit out. And just packing things. My clump mate, like my desk mates, right? They're like, where you going? I'm like, oh, I'm quitting. Like
Hey everyone, welcome to the Untapped Potential Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Navan.
And I'm Max Prado.
And today on the show, we have a very special guest. His name is Ivan, also known as Ivan the Barber. And we brought him on the show to know a little bit more about him and how he got started doing barbering. Barbering. I don't even know if that's what is it called?
He cuts hair.
He cuts hair, man. So
hair cutter.
He's a hair cutter. He's a hair cutter to the YouTube stars, aka me and Max. So pretty excited to have him on the show. Welcome, Ivan.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, guys, for sure.
So yeah, man, I figured we'll just jump right into it, man, and just know a little bit about you and where you grew up.
I grew up right down the streght.
And for those that don't know, Mount Lake Terrace is the street that he's talking about, not too far from the studio.
I don't want to tell people.
Oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. No,
this podcast is recorded in Linwood, Washington.
#1 podcast in Snohomish County.
Right.
No, but go on.
No, but yeah, I grew up in Mount Lake Terrace. Went to Mount Lake Terrace High School. And then that's how I met Max over at Wazoo after that. But yeah, just that's what I claim pretty much, Mount Lake Terrace.
Gotcha. So. And so from high school in Mount Lake Terrace, I want to just get to know a little bit about how you got started as a barber, because you started super young. You started cutting hair in high school in Mount Lake Terrace.
Yeah. I want to say that I think I first picked up the clippers like junior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
It was, just started cutting my own hair, just little tapers, lineups, all that.
Yeah.
Wait, so you just started, you were your own test dummy at that point, like just trying out and stuff?
Yeah, because back then, I wanted that fresh lineup, fresh fade and all that. And, being like 14, 15, like I couldn't like afford $25 haircuts at the time.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm going to try it on myself. And then I found like a couple of brave people that would just let me practice on them,
Did you ever mess somebody up pretty bad back in those days?
I wouldn't say like mess up, but just not good, like
I feel it. Looking back at it, right?
Yeah, just like it wasn't like a terrible fade or nothing. It was just not a good fade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But
you got to start somewhere, though.
You do.
Know?
Exactly.
So it's important to have people that that have their trust or giving you their trust, and giving you that opportunity to kind of practice on them. So
no, right, absolutely. And I had this one really good friend of mine. His name's Wesson, but he would let me cut his hair like consistently. I would do it for free just because I wanted to learn,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dude, like I thank him for like the beginning stage, and like he really let me just go all in and do whatever I wanted to do. And it was I learned a lot, man, for sure.
So were you charging for haircuts like as you were learning in high school, or did you not start charging until like you got later down the line?
So I was charging. I think I started with $5.
Oh, $5 a haircut.
$5, yeah.
Oh, who wouldn't pay $5 a haircut?
Discounted haircut, yeah.
Exactly, $5, and then I think senior year I was charging like 10. Yeah, $10, and then I remember freshman year at Wazoo I was charging $10, and then a $2 extra with the straight razor for the lineup.
Oh yeah.
So,
and so you were doing this out of your parents' house, right?
Yep.
So they got to get some credit too, because they were letting like random people just come into their backyard, right?
For sure. Yeah. Man, there was like I remember even my neighbor across the street would be like, "Why is there so many cars here at once? Like, what's going on?" And then that's when I explained to him. But yeah, my parents, like thank them for giving me the opportunity to do it. You know, let all these heads in, people they didn't know.
Yeah, backyard turned to a barbershop real quick.
Straight up, man, straight up. Yeah,
That's cool
fun.
though, man.
Yeah.
And so, what was your clientele looking like back in those days, back in high school?
Basically everyone, like in my class at the high school, pretty much. Yeah, like all of them.
So was it like 50 dudes coming to your place every week, or how big was it for you early on?
It was like, I remember I'd get home from school, right, and then I'd have at least one person like right there, like as soon as I got home,
waiting at the door.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even hit you up, like just by surprise.
No, it was planned.
Oh, okay,
good.
good.
Yeah, but yeah, like at least one a day, like every day after school. Let's put it that way.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
And
you got
then-
that practicing a lot then.
For sure.
Damn,
That's
man.
cool.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like it started off as something like you wanted to save money, right? Is what you mentioned. So you started off doing it because you wanted to look fresh, but you didn't want to have to pay the $25 every time you got a haircut.
Right.
When did it kind of translate into something that you realized you liked and turn into more of a passion rather than something to save you some money?
Honestly, like to put it in simple terms, it was just like the willingness to learn more. It's just like as I learned, I just enjoyed it. I loved perfecting it, getting better each and every cut. It was the process that really like made me, have a passion towards it.
Yeah.
So you just fell in love with it as you kept doing it and doing it.
It wasn't like I woke up one day, I'm like, I'm gonna be a barber. I'm gonna start cutting hair. It was just like, I can do it better. I can do it better. I can do it better. That kind of stuff. So
oh damn,
that's how it happened.
And so from there in high school, you decided to go to WSU, where you majored in, I believe it was business, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about kind of your transition from high school to WSU and how barbering or cutting hair, I should say. I keep saying barbering.
No, barbering's good. Barbering's
Barbering.
good. Yeah.
That's a word?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Okay.
Okay, good. All right,
Cool.
good. Like, tell me a little bit about how that continued on in college for you, because it became a lot bigger once you were in college, right?
Man, yeah. Well, I mean, I always told my parents growing up that I wanted to go to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm a first-gen college student. I just wanted to make the parents proud,
Yeah.
being that my parents are immigrants. So that was my main priority, go to college, right, and graduate. But, like, I had this, craft under my belt, that I just took with me. I kept using it, making little side money here and there. And my goal was always to open a barbershop, get the degree. After that, open a shop.
Mm-hmm. What was like your experience in college?
Man, thinking back, like I just went just to get a degree and get a 9-to-5 job after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe down the road, open a shop, right? It was just like, to me, it was just like the standard, that's what you have to do, right?
Yeah.
So
So you weren't thinking about like using the education to build that foundation after you got to school. You were thinking about a different career that wasn't involving cutting people's hair after college, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody brings it up to me. They're like, "Oh, you got your degree. It's gonna come in handy when you open a shop." But I'm thinking like, you don't need a degree to open a shop. Like
Yeah.
You can just open one up without one, right?
yeah, you can for sure. Yeah, all you need is the money and clients, and you're good.
Yeah.
But I mean, not to discredit the degree at all,
Yeah.
I for sure learned a lot about business and stuff. But honestly, I think I just went to college just for the, personal achievement, just make the family proud type
Yeah.
of stuff.
What was your goal to what was the role that you were trying to get going out of school though? Like if it wasn't barbering, what was it?
Something in finance.
Oh, okay.
Something in finance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did end up getting the job, right? After you graduated. What did you get your degree in exactly? It was marketing,
finance.
right?
It was
finance.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, damn. So you graduated with a finance degree then?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then from there, what was your first job?
From there it was at Allstate. I was in claims,
Mm.
the claims department. So it was not super related to finance. It was more like customer service side.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so you had to deal with the people who just like got into car accidents and shit.
They were calling you like, "Hey, this
Oh
guy
my
just
God.
hit me. I need to get my money now."
Yep, exactly, man. I had
Yeah.
to deal with those kinds of people on a daily basis. Like, I got up to like 5 people calling me a day, like just bitching at me and stuff. And
Any crazy stories of like, damn man, like I was just in like a 20-car accident or whatever, and my car got
how much
messed
time
up.
do we got, bro? Yeah. No.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was crazy
Wow.
because we serviced Washington State, Idaho, Hawaii, Alaska, and Oregon.
Oh wow.
So yeah, like
All over the
anybody,
place.
anybody that got in an accident with Allstate to call in, report it. I had to be the one to like investigate, work with the rental company, the shop, everything, bro. Follow back, all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh
It was
wow.
heavy. It was
So
heavy.
how long did you do that job for?
Man, I was there for 3 months. That's all it took.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it sounds like you didn't really like it.
Hell no. No, I didn't, man. I mean, honestly, the people there were cool, but
Yeah.
the job itself was just definitely
Wasn't-
not for me. No,
Were you
no.
cutting hair on the side while you were doing that job?
Yeah, I was cutting hair on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. So I was working 7 days a week.
And so was there just a day where you woke up and you said, you know what? I'm going to do my passion full time. I'm not going to be doing this 9 to 5 job that I don't even like.
That's exactly what happened, man.
Just
Yeah.
one day? to
One
the next?
day. So it was a day, like I went on a trip to New Orleans with my brother, right? On the day that I got back, it was like a middle of the week, like Wednesday or something. I had 2 remaining PTO days left, right? 2
Yeah.
left. And I was like, I'm going to take the rest of the week off. And it was the Friday where I was like, matter of fact, I'm going to quit. I'm going to get out of here.
Damn.
So Friday morning, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna quit this job for sure. I just walk in. I walk in right with my backpack, ready to carry all my shit out, and just packing things. My clump like my desk mates, right? They're like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm quitting." Like,
Out of here.
I'm out of
Nonchalantly, like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
man, like I'm quitting.
here. Yeah, I'm out of here. And then
And you were still kind of the new guy, right? Because you were like 3 months in. Yeah.
I was, man, because at the time I had just gone back from the training they sent us
Oh.
in Phoenix. They sent us for a week and a half to Phoenix.
Hey, free trip, though.
Hey, exactly, man. Free trip, man. It was a great trip too, but
And they're all like, damn, what happened at that training?
yeah, but nah, man, yeah.
So what were their reactions? They're like, damn, man, like you just started. Like, what are you doing? Like, what'd you say to these people?
Well, there was only one of my desk mates there at the time. My manager was actually on vacation.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And then there was like a couple other like on break or something. I don't know. But yeah, she was like the one that was there. She was like, really? No way. Like all surprised, right? And then she paused and she's like, you know what? We all saw this coming. Like we all noticed
Yeah.
that you were just not in your element here. I'm like, hey man, well I'm glad you saw it too. 'Cause
Damn. And that seems like a little bit of a jab, but I mean, hey, you're following your passion.
right. I mean, she wasn't lying. Yeah, it wasn't for me, right? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got my shit and left, man.
Damn. And so you just started cutting hair the next day, or what did that transition?
Very
look
next
like?
day, it was a Saturday. I mean, yeah, just walked right into the shop, started cutting hair all day. Sunday, just try to be as in the shop as much as I could, because there's no turning back now,
Yeah.
like burn the bridges out there. So, I mean, it was all on me.
Damn.
I went all in.
You just bet on yourself, man. That's
Yeah.
cool. And going back a little bit back to WSU, because that's when I met you.
Mm.
And I remember clearly, too, I think it was like a Friday night in Pullman, and I needed a fade. I needed a haircut. And at this point in time, I think we were both freshmen.
Mm.
So I might have been getting haircuts around, but, there wasn't really people that were consistent, and they weren't really good.
Mhm.
But then I heard a lot about Ivan the Barber. I was
Right.
like, man, where's this guy at?
Is that
And
what
you
he
were
was
one-
known by back then too? Ivan the Barber, like that. That
Well,
was like your
I
pseudo
mean,
name?
I don't know if that was like
Ivan,
his
the guy that
pseudo name,
cuts
but
hair.
he was Ivan, and he's the barber. So it's like Ivan. Oh yeah, Ivan the Barber, because there was a lot of Ivans.
Oh,
but he was like
got
Ivan
it.
the Barber, right?
Got it.
And so they were like, yeah, no, hit up Ivan. He does good work. And you were in the dorms. You were like in Gannon, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, I pulled up to his dorm. And one thing that always stood out to me about you and why I kept coming back to you is because you were so professional, man. Even in your dorm room, you had the little chair right there. You walk in, you got the chair, you got the 2 mirrors. And then you had like all this like barber stuff. And it was all very clean, very well laid out. And like, you offered like different packages. I think you mentioned, like if you want to get the straight razor lineup, it's a little bit extra. If you get this and you get that.
Right.
So, that's one thing that always stood out to me is regardless of where you were or what you had to work with, you made the most of it and you were always really professional and you went all the way in what you were doing. So,
Right.
Yo, let's pull that up. So as we're talking about this, Here's a screenshot of Ivan the Barber. It'll come on the screen here in a second.
Yeah, that's the spot.
This is the spot. So you were saying Gannon, for those of you that don't know, is a dorm room at WSU. There it is, right?
South side.
And this is you back in 2014. You were doing this outside of your dorm room or inside of your dorm room.
Yeah.
And so how much were you charging for haircuts back then?
So it was $10. And then I had like Max said, the package of $2 extra with the straight razor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were already including add-ons and stuff. You were having that business mind working
that little
overtime.
upsell, you know?
There you go. There you go. All right. And then just scrolling through, here's like your little setup. This was still in Pullman, Washington, right?
Yep. That was in the apartments the year after.
Wow, man.
But it looked just like that in the dorms too. Like you just pull up and this guy had like the whole setup. He had all the equipment. It just looked really clean. A lot of other like barbers in the dorms that I was going up to, you could tell they just bought like the $10.99 like little razors.
The
from
Amazon.
Walmart. They were just trying to make a quick buck. This guy was like about it though.
Oh yeah, in the dorm too. Like in the room, there was like the closet things. There was this thing that pulled out. So I was like, this is perfect to put my stuff. So yeah, I had it all laid out like that.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and look at still 2014, the Brave Heads. Oh no, this ain't the Brave Heads. You were already pretty established back at this time, right?
Yeah, it's just a little bit, but
yeah, man.
7 years ago now, huh? 2014.
7 years.
Wow,
That's
man.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
That one's in the dorm.
Yeah, and
so man, that guy decided to just change up his whole life real quick.
You're changing lives over here, Ivan.
Yeah, man. Saving lives one fade at a time.
So just to get a little bit more perspective, like how many people were you cutting at this point, like every month? Because you said it was a lot, right?
It was a lot, yeah. And given the fact that I was a bad student and didn't like going to class or doing my work, I was just in the room cutting away, man. Like people would knock on my door. What's good? You got time? Hell yeah, come in. So, dude, I couldn't even tell you. It was a lot. Like,
yeah. You were saying like somewhere like 30 to 50 people a week or so? Yeah.
That's
Damn,
crazy.
bro.
As a full-time student,
as a full-time student.
Man, really, and the designs too in here, you got to look creative.
That's the guy that I practice on like pretty much every 3 days, literally, bro.
That's Wes, right?
That's Wes.
I remember
he
was your
Wes.
roommate, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I remember Wes.
I forgot, yeah. But we played soccer in high school, and he thought it was a good idea, or I thought it was a good idea to just give him a different thing, before every game. Yeah. Because we had like 2-3 games a week, so little designs here and there.
What is this design anyway? This was just something that you made up, or was it symbolizing something?
This was I pretty much copied it from, I think I tagged him, I hope.
Yeah, Wes, right here. Emilio the Barber.
Yep.
Oh, got it.
I got it from him, and he was like a barber from Florida that I really looked up to back in the day. Still do, but that's where I got it from. Yeah,
that's cool.
For those of you that want to know a little bit more about Ivan, you can find him on Instagram, Ivan the Barber, underscores at the beginning, at the end. We're showing it here on the screen here, but just to show the amount of people's lives you changed, let's look at one of them right around here. So this guy went from that to that. Like, that's pretty, bro. I like seeing the transformations on here, man.
Dude
like,
just came out of quarantine.
Bro, seriously.
He went through 2 quarantines.
He went through 2 quarantines.
Yeah.
Now you do some good work for real.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and here's Eric, one of our other guests that came on the show today. Oh, nice. There you go. See a little Max in there. Yeah, man. So you got a lot of people in here. And one of the things I want to call out too, as I was doing a little bit more research on you, so you can, if you want to book, if you're in the Seattle area, first of all, and you want to book an appointment with Ivan, he uses the app, The Cut, right?
The Cut app.
It's together,
and it's under, and you have it on here actually. It's under Ivan Macedo. Mm-hmm. You cut out a royalty cuts on Aurora. Yep. But just as I was doing a little bit more research on you, here's what I found: top 5 barbers in Seattle. Scroll down the list. Who's at number 4?
You're number 4.
He's number
Seattle,
4,
bro?
dude.
Yep.
I was like, damn, bro. Like, you got some talent. I know, like, he's coming off like really humble and stuff, but he's a badass barber, dude.
Yo, that's dope. I didn't know you had like a ranking like this. That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and this is out of all of Seattle, of the people that cut on this app, right?
Exactly.
That's cool, man.
That is really cool, man.
Thanks, man.
So that's awesome, man, and yeah, man, that's just something I wanted to call out here because you know, you come off again really humble, and you're a very humble person, but you like the work that you do is just amazing.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. So in terms of now you said you got your license and everything, and you're looking at like your next steps, right? In terms of your next phase as a barber, what does that look like for you?
Shoot, well, right now it's looking for a spot, you know, looking for a little retail spot to open my own shop, and that's definitely, it's always been the goal since like I first started. So, I mean, let's get to it, you know.
Yeah.
Start looking. Yeah. I'm thinking like about names right now, thinking about my own products like wax, pomade, like with my own brand on it, stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's, I mean, I'm trying to hit the ground running, you know, but
for sure, man, for sure.
Cool.
Any like what are some of the names that you're thinking of right now?
We got to sign an NDA real quick, but
no cease and desist here.
No. I'm leaning more towards like Details Barbershop. You know,
that's cool.
I like it.
Do you have an idea on what locations you want, where you would want to?
Yeah, it would be like probably around here, Malik Terrace, Linwood area,
North side,
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's cool.
Just because, you know, I'm from here. I know a lot of people here, so yeah.
I have a quick question for you. So, and we talked a little bit about this during our pre-interview, but you cut some pretty important people's heads. What are like the top 3 or 5 people that you've cut, you think, of like in terms of like popularity or fame? Like how would you rank them, and who were they?
Well, at Wazoo, it was probably like it was probably the coach for sure. Definitely.
So you cut the basketball
coach, yeah.
Oh wow.
The basketball coach.
How did he reach out to you?
Yeah.
How did he find out about you?
I'd cut one of the managers. Yeah.
Oh.
Managers,
and he just liked the cut?
Yeah, he just liked the cut. He's like, hey, tell him I need him ASAP. And it was weekly cuts for him. It was like, he'd give me $40, and at the time I thought like that was like $100, dude. Like I felt rich.
Wow.
Like,
as a college
you were charging
student.
like $20, right?
Yeah, like
or
20,
maybe even
15
less.
or 20, I think.
20,
but
yeah.
You give me 40 to go to the Coliseum, cut his hair every week.
Wow.
Gave me 40. I thought I was a millionaire. Damn, this is crazy.
That's cool.
But yeah, so Coach Kemp for sure at the time, I'd say super important client of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And another one that I thought was really cool was Max Strong. He's a old Seahawk. He was a fullback for Sean Alexander.
Oh yeah.
I cut his
cool.
kids' hair currently. Even started in Pullman.
Yeah.
And then they moved back out here, so still cut them. So it's pretty cool, I think. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You said he cut his kids' hair too?
His kids' hairs, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He's got 2 kids. One is at UW right now, playing football. The other one is still in high school, but yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Damn. And you had a couple of NBA players you mentioned too, right?
Well, I cut them once or twice, and I just think it's cool just because they're in the NBA now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I get to say that I cut them, you know, but
yeah,
it was just one day before one of the games. They had me just come and cut everybody. So it was like dope. And then it was Malachi Flynn that I cut, who's on the Toronto Raptors right now.
Oh,
and,
cool.
It's Robert Franks, who's on the, I think he's on the Magic right now.
Yeah.
But
wait, so one day before a game, you pulled up and cut the whole basketball team's hair?
Yeah.
How long did that take? Probably the whole day?
It was the entire day.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was the entire day.
Man, that's
Man,
a marathon.
I was nervous as hell, dude. That's all.
Oh, I bet too. Wait, how'd you get even hooked up with them?
From the manager.
Oh, so
Right.
you got connected with the manager because you cut his hair?
Yeah. He was like
Oh.
a super good client of mine, and I think the coach just like said, "Hey, I need a barber. Do you know anyone?" So
Oh, that's
Word
dope.
of mouth.
Plugged you
Yeah.
in. That's
Plugged me
cool,
in, yeah.
man.
Yeah, that is
That's
cool.
Hey, so I know like everybody goes and gets a haircut, right? So I want to hear from the barber himself. What are some top 3 things that just piss a barber off? Like,
Oh.
3 things. Don't do these things when you're gonna get a haircut.
Oh man, right off the top of my head, I could tell you right now is like if I ask them, so what do you want for a haircut, right? And they twist their body around and look at the mirror. I'm like, you know, just twisting everything around, like moving everything. It's just like, bro, let me spin you around real quick. Relax.
This thing
Relax.
rotates, by the
Yeah,
way.
relax. They just like
I never
break
thought
their
about
body
that,
to turn
man.
around.
You got me thinking. Do I do that?
But man, that's right off the top of my head. Let's see, number 2 would
Is it people on their phones like while you're like? Does that annoy barbers?
I used to mind it. I don't mind it as much no more. You know, do your thing.
Yeah,
you got probably business to take care of.
How many
sure,
times
yeah.
have you had to redo somebody's hair? Like now that we're talking about picky clients, like, hey man, like I don't like this lineup. Like you got to redo it.
I wouldn't say redo, but going back at it like multiple times, I for sure can think of a few times that happened. And my God, dude, that's when I start, you know, just giving off a bad energy to them, basically saying you're not welcome back. You know,
Yeah.
It's just like, because when it's once, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
If you're new, but if it's like consistently, they keep coming back, but they're picky, right? And it's like, why are you coming to me in the first place if you know
You don't like the work I do.
exactly
Yeah.
right? So, but yeah, for the most part, like all my clients are, you know, pretty good. But yeah, there's just always a select few that are just like, just weird, man, just weird.
Hey, thank you so much for showing up, bro.
Thanks,
and again, you can find Ivan on Instagram _Ivan the Barber _. You can find him on the Cut app. Again, he is the top 5 barbers in the Seattle area. So if you're in the Seattle area, go to this guy because this guy knows what he's doing.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, thank you again for joining the show. We'll have new episodes of the Untapped Potential Podcast every Monday. So stay tuned for more episodes. And until next time, thanks, guys.